Good morning, Southern California, AM 1220, KHTS. The show's Fred Arnold and past chairman of the Santa Clarita Valley Chamber of Commerce. On the Santa Clarita Valley Chamber of Commerce Business Spotlight, I'm joined by Erin and Bruce Wilson, and they have a really unique company, I would say, special company to many people. It's called QR Code ID. Tell us what QR Code ID is.
We have individualized QR codes on patches and on ID cards and dog tags that are worn by people who may wander off and become lost. The person that finds them can scan it to get their contact and emergency information, which can all be changed in real time. So if there's a different caregiver with them that day, they can put in that person's phone number.
And if you don't have a scanner, you can just go to the website and type the unique number in.
There's a unique number right next to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just go to the website, qrcodeid.org, and enter that number, and then you'll view the profile.
You don't think of somebody that's elderly, Alzheimer's disease, or many where people are forgetful. Mm-hmm. That really is important, isn't it?
Yeah, there's millions of people in our country now that have Alzheimer's, and 60 to 70% of them wander from safe places.
Yeah.
Some of them never come home again.
Yeah. So it's important that you do look into something like this to help protect them. Let's talk about some of the unique ways you've been able to help people. Dog tags?
Yes, we're starting to have dog tags. This will be more for people who have physical issues such as diabetes or epilepsy that may not be able to self-advocate during a critical moment. Mm-hmm. What the patches are for are people that really do need to get noticed in the moment, that they're not just walking down the street having a nice little stroll, but they're actually lost. That's why across the top of the patch it says in bright red, "If I need help," so that people will know to assist them.
Let's talk about the different shirts you guys design or have.
Okay, we have special needs artists that do create unique artwork, original artwork for the shirts, and we also have sweatshirts and long sleeves and stuff, and then the patches are for people that are more comfortable with what they already have. Like a lot of people with Alzheimer's, giving them new shirts would be perhaps stressful for them. So we have
because they have a lot of sensory issues where they might not feel comfortable in other clothing, and also it makes it very inexpensive to just get a little patch and sew it on.
And you could change the information in real time if you need to change it.
Yeah.
Yes. So even like you can say, we're in the parking garage right now, the reception's terrible, please take grandma up to security level 1, we'll be right there. So it's a way to communicate in the moment even.
Wow.
Yes.
And you can also put stuff for caregivers. Johnny's bedtime is at such and such, and he takes his medicine at so-and-so time, and you take him to his karate class at 3 or whatnot.
And they're going to find it all online when they punch in that note?
Whatever
yeah,
you
the
wanna
person's
put in.
private profile appears. And in our sons, we have behavioral tips. So because we've spent thousands of hours with him, what actually calms him down. So if somebody comes across him, they would want to know what we know to help him.
Well, I got to tell you, I've never heard of any. I've heard of the tags, for people with medical conditions. I've never heard of this. What was the inspiration behind QR Code ID?
Well, we actually came up with this, and we have a patent pending for it. We were out at lunch once and talking about creating some shirts with sensory things because our kids have, they want to touch the corners of it to be soothed. And I said, well, what really scares me about my son is that his language is so poor and he doesn't have the social skills to ask someone for help. If he wanders off and gets lost, how can I communicate for him? And he actually has been lost a couple times. He was lost once at school, and he was lost once at California Adventure. Thankfully, he was found very quickly, but it could have escalated into a bad situation.
Wow.
And this is really good because all his clothing have either patches or the original artwork in the patches, so it's not something we have to think about in the morning when we're going to go out. We don't have to say, oh, get his patch, because it's just
you don't have to pin it on or anything. It's just part of his clothing.
It's part of his clothing. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That would keep him protected and safe.
Yes.
Yeah. Those that want to reach out to you, how can they find out more information to be a part of this?
Okay, well, please go to our website, which is qrcodeid.org. We're also on Facebook and Twitter.
So qrcodeid.org.
Yeah, qrcodeid.org. We should have a catchy little song.
That's right, a little phrase. They can do that at KHTS. Let me tell you. Thanks for doing this. And I know, obviously, it's a labor of love, and it's something that you give back to the community, in my opinion, by doing these for these children. So, thank you.
Thank you
Thank
for having
you.
us.
Ladies and gentlemen, Erin and Bruce Wilson with QR Code ID on AM 1220 KHTS. We'll be right back.